What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk, a channel where we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss what's the difference between chivalry and being P-whipped. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing these videos out, give you leverage, you better yourselves. So let's get into it. So what is the difference between being chivalrous, like, practicing chivalry as a guy, and being P-whipped, right? I'm not gonna say the word because I don't want to be banned by YouTube and all these other things, right? Plus, I try my best not to cuss, sometimes it can slip out, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect, but I try to keep my videos as clean as possible because I want it, to be seen for the masses. And I think sometimes the YouTube algorithm can be kind of tricky when it comes to stuff like that, right? But anyways, so I'm gonna break down both, and then we're going to compare the two, and I'll give a personal explanation as far as like the way to go forward when it comes to these things, when it comes to men, right? And I'm speaking to black men. Now, any man that's watching this video can take this with a grain of salt and actually pull what you think that benefits you, and then leave whatever that doesn't benefit you, leave it on the table, right? But this channel I made for legacy, and I'm gonna speak about that in another video as well. But I made this channel really for to help my black folks, right? My black people, because there's so many things is out there that we don't know, that we lack knowledge of, and I've done a lot of the homework, right? I'm a little bit older, and I've done a lot of things, been through a lot of things in my life. So I try to convey a lot of these things that I experienced firsthand to you guys, so it helps you to better yourself, right? So chivalry. So what is chivalry, right? So chivalry is a thing that was done during medieval times with knights. If anybody read the story of King Arthur and all those other things, like knights did these type of things, right? But when we bring it into modern times and we say being chivalrous in relationships, as far as guys being chivalrous to women, we're talking about simple things like holding the door for your woman, regardless of whether she your actual woman or not. Even if it's just a date, right? You hold the door open for her. Like when you pick her up, you open the door for her, let her get in the car, you shut the door behind her, right? You make sure that her dress, if she's wearing a dress, make sure the dress is not laying on the ground or in some type of awkward position. You let the woman know, hey, your dress it might be out the door or something like that, whatever. And then you make sure she's situated. You close the door. You go on your other side, close the door on yourself, and you pull off, right? When you get to the date, you reverse it. You do the same thing. You get out your car, you open the door for her. Close the door, and then you also go to the door of the restaurant, open the door for her. From that point, make sure that when you get inside the restaurant, you grab the chair up from under. You pull the chair out for her, and then you allow her to sit down in the chair. You push the chair forward so she can be as close to the table as possible, or whatever length from herself to the table she wants to be at, right? And one of the things that I always do, and I do this because of family, but because of my military experience and the things I've gone through, I never had my back towards the interest of any type of establishment. Doesn't matter if it's a restaurant or anywhere I'm sitting at. I always make sure that I'm facing forward. You know what I'm saying? So that's protection for yourself, and it's protection for your date and whoever else you're with, right? So you also make sure that that you actually have a table that's actually where where you're sitting at is actually facing towards the door, right? So you can see danger coming towards you, right? Now let's say that it's cold inside the restaurant, right? Well, you make sure you bring a jacket with you, regardless of whether it's summertime, right? Regardless of whether it's summertime, you always bring a jacket with you, like a little small jacket with you, because if it's cold, you offer the jacket to the woman and let the woman know, hey, I see you it's kind of cold in here. You want me to give you my jacket so you can warm up a little bit, right? So let's say the date's over, right? So you guys decide to walk down the street, and maybe there's like a park or something down there you want to walk to, and talk a little bit more, right? You walk on the sidewalk. As you're walking on the sidewalk, you make sure she walks on the inside, meaning that as you're walking down on the sidewalk, you're the one that's close to the road and not her. She walks on the inside of you, right? So in case a car comes swiping down the sidewalk, Lord forbid, whatever, you get hit first before she do. You know what I'm saying? Or if any danger comes off the street, whatever, you're able to block that danger from her, right? When you get to the park, you make sure you search all surroundings, make sure there's no danger or anything that's going on. You know, you make sure that you don't see any funny people around there, something like that, whatever. And then, you know, you may end the date by walking back, doing it in reverse, making sure that she's in the inside of the sidewalk. You go back to the car, open the door, all other things. So you get the logistics of actually how chivalry works when it comes to you courting a woman. Now, if you're in a situation where you just want to just clap some cheeks and that's all it is, you still do that. You know what I'm saying? And here's the reason why. You still do that because regardless of what your intentions are with a woman, you don't change who you are based off of what you want or what you need from the woman. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You stay true to yourself. And if you want to be a person that is respectful to women, doesn't matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not condoning you going out and actually getting women just for cheeks. I'm not saying that at all, right? But you know, at the end of the day, I'm not the person that's going on this date. You are. You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell you what you should do that or not. You know what I'm saying? It's your personal decision, right? But you know, regardless of how mean the woman is, because we can go on dates where or you can be on a date where the woman is not feeling you from the jump. You know what I'm saying? It might be a blind date. You know what I'm saying? And the woman immediately knows in her mind that she doesn't want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact that guys need to know that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the moment a woman meets you, especially when she meets you in the physical, she already know whether she wants you to clap in cheeks or not. It doesn't, you ain't got to say a word. She already knows. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you say out your mouth may change her mind as far as you letting her clap cheeks. You know what I'm saying? But from the moment that she meets you, she already know in her mind what she want to do with you. She already knows. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you to make sure that you present the best version of yourself possible to her. You know what I'm saying? So the courting process can move forward. So anyways, that's chivalry, right? In a nutshell, right? I just gave an example as I'm talking about what chivalry is. So let's get into being P-whoop, right? So being P-whoop is basically you being in a situation to where you're giving a woman too much, right? And being P-whoop is based off of relationships, based off of you knowing this woman for a certain period of time. It's not like a first date type thing. You can't be P-whoop off the first date. I don't know if guys believe that, but nah, this is a process. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, when you become P-whoop, that means that you fell in love with the woman, right? That's basically what it means. It means you fell in love with her, and basically your mind state about her has changed. Meaning that, you know, you're in a mindset you want to do everything you can to cater to that woman's needs, everything. That can go both ways. You know what I'm saying? That can go south or that can go north. You know what I'm saying? Pause. And what I mean by that is that, you know, you have some women that they do appreciate you actually being, you know, like you know, sweet on them, and not sweet as a person, like as a guy. What I mean is like you're giving them flowers, which is actually part of chivalry, you know, giving a woman flowers, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't suggest that on the first date, because you have some women that don't like flowers, you know what I'm saying? They think they're impractical, right? So you have to kind of know the woman a little bit to a certain degree before you do things like that. And I'm not saying if you not give flowers on the first date, I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, I don't think it's a necessary thing to do. I think that just your actions towards a woman is going to be a better version, a better position that you put yourself in based off of you giving her a gift, which is flowers, right? But getting back to the P-whipping, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a process, you know what I'm saying? You've known this woman for a good little while, and you might not be actually in love with her, but you definitely got some love for her, because you're going out your way to do a lot of things that you probably wouldn't do for any other woman, right? And depending on the woman, she can actually take advantage of this very quickly. And some women, they do not like a woman to dote over them, meaning that they don't want a man to dote over them, meaning that they don't want a guy that's like all in their face all the time, and they always calling them, texting them, you know, every time they ask for something this is given to them. Some women like resistance, you know what I'm saying? I would argue that a lot of women like resistance to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you become a pushover, you become a guy that the woman can just take advantage of, that's a turn off for a lot of women. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the woman is a very masculine woman, and that's really what she wants, you know what I'm saying? And you're willing to do that, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking anybody's dynamic when it comes to relationships at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving out examples and giving out advice as far as like how you should navigate relationships, especially in 2024 with feminism and all those other things going on. But in a nutshell, that's what being P-whipped is, right? Basically catering to almost every single need that the woman asks for. Like, you're not telling this woman no for anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, she literally could tell you to jump to the moon and you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, how high can I jump to this moon? You know what I'm saying? That's really how it is when you're P-whipped. And I'm gonna be honest, I was like that before. I was twice with a woman. Actually, I was P-whipped with my wife when we first started dating, and I was young. I was 18 years old, you know what I'm saying? So give me a little bit leeway with that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna front. And actually, to clear it up, I was P-whipped, and we never even had sex that whole first year. We was virgins when we broke up. That's real talk. I dated my wife for a year after I graduated high school, and we didn't have sex not one time. We broke up after that. You know what I'm saying? Did I want to? Yeah, I did. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't get to that point. You know what I'm saying? But that was my first love. So she P-whipped me, bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I kind of went on a rampage a little bit with women. But you know, that's another story. But you know, I love my wife. We've been married for over 20 years now, and that's my first experience with being P-whipped. And then another woman I met when I was in the Army, when I was in California, had me like that too. And yeah, that was another story. That's another story too that I may not even talk about. That's actually a very that's a very pretty interesting story, actually. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, that might be a video way down the road. But anyways, that's the difference between being chivalrous, practicing chivalry, and being P-whipped. Now, as a guy, you need to understand those two things. You need to, and it's a fine line to a certain degree, right? So you need to figure out exactly which part of the spectrum you want to be on. You want to be on the chivalry side or the P-whip side. Now, I know I'm going to have some guys come in this video that say that being chivalrous with modern women is ridiculous, it's stupid, right? I will argue no. And the reason being is that, you know, we need to bring those type of things back, because I think the more we're chivalrous to modern women, the more they're going to denounce feminism. And the reason being is because, you know, women are hardwired to respond to chivalry, even though they may not admit it, but they are hardwired to respond to chivalry. They really are. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand when a woman goes through a shopping center or something like that, or some type of establishment, and they try to hold the door open for me. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. And they'll be real adamant about, you know what I'm saying, nah, after you're like, nah, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna stand here, because you're not gonna hold the door open for me, period. You're not gonna do that. I don't give a damn if I'm lipping, I don't give a damn if I'm sick or anything like that. I'm not gonna let a woman hold the door open for me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? If I can help it. If I can help it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there's some type of like crazy outlandish situation I'm in where I literally can't hold the door open, then okay, fine. But if I'm able-bodied, no woman's gonna hold the door open for me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that not being chivalrous to women has even caused women to even deep dive more into feminism, right? And being a modern woman. So we need to get back to being chivalrous, and definitely not being P-whipped, because being P-whipped, all it's gonna do is just put women on the more masculine side of things. Because when you have a woman running you, that's her being masculine. I mean, there's no getting around that. If a woman is running you, she's being masculine towards you. You know what I'm saying? Now you're the guy. So who's supposed to be masculine? You or her? Think about that, right? So let's be more chivalrous and less of being in a situation where we're being P-whipped. So that's the difference between being chivalrous, practicing chivalry, and being P-whipped. So which spectrum you want to be on? Make a decision, all right? So I appreciate all the subscribers for subscribing to the channel. I really do. Please like and comment, so these videos that I have are being pushed out to the masses, because at the end of the day, I still want to give you leverage to better yourselves. Final Fitness and Folk, Triple F, I'm gone.